Ba-da-da. Hey, everybody, what's happening? Good afternoon. Time for another Beachcomber store review. How the heck are you, Beachcombers? Good to see everybody. Today is number 14, Karin Bara. Hello, Karin. How are you?
Hey, Jason. Hi, everybody.
What's shaking? I am excited. I'm excited for many reasons. I love doing store reviews. I love helping people get their stuff cleaned up and squared away. And I love that you have a lot of CDs. So, I can't wait to talk music. Woohoo! I'm excited. All right, let me get my notes up here. Where's my notes? There's my notes. Okay, cool. All right, so you have a very generic store header, which is better than no store header. Absolutely. I like a little bit of something there. And when you want to go to the next level, you get your logo done. You get your header, you get your avatar, your little blurb about you, and take it to the next level. Even if you borrow some artwork from the internet. So your store is called My Closet is Clean, which I love. It is so easy to say, easy to spell. So even if you just take a generic closet picture and put it in your avatar or across the top, the big one, I mean, I ain't gonna hate anybody for borrowing a piece of art. So yeah, I would do that. And you only have one featured item up here, and we haven't talked about that. In the store reviews, you have 4 featured items. So I try and pick things that are fun and visual. So here are my 4 featured items right now. A funky little anime dude, a Isabella Fiore purse, tiki mug, and one of the weirdest records I have ever listed. So weird. I will show everybody. It's worth about $100. It is a pile of scraps of food with little dudes on it. Don't know the band, but that's the kind of thing I was looking for when I was doing my header, my featured items. I wanted 4 uniquely different and fun visual things. So not everyone's going to go to your store this way, but if someone who does, if you have a little bit of art, featured items, it definitely paints a bigger picture to the potential customer. All right. So there's a couple recurrent themes through all your stuff today, Karin. First one is you need better light.
Oh,
and
I'm taking notes.
Yes, see how dark this book is.
Yeah.
So if you have good light to start with, then you have to do no editing. But if you don't have good light, and right now most of us are stuck at home, I have been ordering the things I need for my office, online. But here, I just took your photo and edited it a little bit. So as you can see, left side way more eye appealing because you're not like, is this a dark room? So if you can, that's something you can do where you can just sit down, pop out your pictures, do a little editing. Every computer has a very generic built-in editor. Your phones all do. So you could definitely clean it up a smidge. But if you get good light on it, then you don't have to worry about that at all.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay. Now, the one thing I'm going to say up front here, Karin, is your shipping is all over the map. Like there is no seam, no rhyme, no reason, which I can't figure out. Like usually, even if someone's doing it wrong, they're consistent. And yours, I'm like, So you're gonna see some of that. Now, is this a big book or or normal book?
It is. It's a really big book and it's heavy.
So what I would do too is, because say you don't know this book and maybe you're just like, I want a new Disney book. You have no pictures. Do I have a book handy? Well, it's a rare thing I don't have handy is a book. You have no pictures of the side. So you have like this front on shot. So if you take a picture of the side, you'll be able to see how thick and monstrous it is. Because I thought it was a pretty big book.
Yeah.
But you can't really tell. You have a lot of great pictures inside, which of course needs still a little more light. But that's what I do with books. I find about 3 or 4 good images, books and magazines, to profile, just like you did. Because to see this as the opening shipping price would scare a lot of people. So for sure, on big, heavy books, always have the media mail option because media mail is rather cheap. So have that as your first option because this you could do like $4.99 because media mail this is going to be about $4. And then you could have your priority option. That's fine too, but have your media mail option first. And Karin admitted she's been busy, so she's only seen one other of these. So you haven't heard some of the things that I've said over and over and over. I want everyone in the sound of my voice to change to 60-day returns, and here's why. You'd never, ever get someone at 55 days going, hey, can I return this? It just doesn't happen. But having 60-day returns puts you at the top of the list. So if 10 people have this book, and let's say your shipping is around the same, and 9 of them offer 30-day or no ship returns, and you offer 60, best match, you'll come up first.
Gotcha.
Because with this kind of thing, it's a commodity. 10, 20, 50 people have it. How do you get found? When we sell rare things, we can kind of do whatever we want if we're the only one that has it. But when we got something that 10 people have, how do you stand out better? Well, your terms of service is usually what does that. So offer a cheaper shipping possibility in case they don't want to pay as much, and have 60-day and all your stuff. And, like I said, I've never had anyone in the second month ever ask to return anything.
Right.
All right. Badoom and badoom. Okay, so you entered the ISBN, and eBay had gifts differing in their database, which is great, and that's the way you should do it with media products that are in the database. However, all of eBay's titles, their pre-populated titles, suck, and you got to fix them. So as you can see, the and ... should be the other author, which is Peter Myers. So you need to get rid of the semicolon and the space, get rid of the by, and of course all of this, and hopefully at that point you can fit in Peter Myers. If not, at the worst, put in Peter, because you already have Myers once.
Gotcha.
So you don't have to, but if you can fit Peter Myers, it would read better. But if you're stuck, then just put in Peter at least. So get rid of all the unnecessary stuff.
Okay.
And that's the same way with CDs, which we're going to talk about in a minute, all the books. I've talked to eBay about this at every single event. And every single event, we're working on it. Excuse me. It'll be this year. And then it never is this year. I'm like, why? The pre-populated titles are, as oftentimes, are longer than the title they give us. So I'm like, you got to learn how to automatically format the titles, get rid of the extra punctuation, because the CDs come with parentheses and commas and dashes. I'm like, we don't need all that crap. Plus, you don't want that in your title anyway.
Okay.
All right. So, and here you do have 444 for media mail. That's great. But on the other end, just like the other one, do have a priority option now in case someone needs it faster. Because, media mail is normally slow. The whole world's kind of in a screwy mess right now, so it's been slower. But in the last 2 weeks, I've had 3 people who needed CDs second day air. I'm like, what's happening that you need this music within 2 days and you're going to pay $20 extra? I don't really care because I'll ship it. But you never know when someone's going to need this book in 3 days,
Okay.
So make sure you have that option. Okay, I'm going to guess based on your listings, you don't have a mannequin.
That is correct.
All right. So I always recommend when we can start moving around the country, you can often find mannequins on OfferUp, on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist, at garage sales. You can buy them new, obviously. I've ever bought one brand new? Nope. I think I bought all mine used, and I have an entire army. I probably have 11 different mannequins of shapes and sizes and everything. Now, I don't expect everyone to run out and get 11, but I would recommend if you're going to do clothes to have at least one semi 3/4 torso normal size female and male, because this bra is okay here. A, it needs more lighting, but B, it really looks so much better when you have a bra on a female mannequin. It just kind of shows it off better. And, I do find women to be a little bit more visual creatures than men. And so to see it, you're like, oh yeah, nothing's wrong with this picture other than you just lighten it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. This is the one that made me scratch my head. Okay, this bra could not weigh more than about 7 ounces.
Right.
So it goes in a first class. It'll be around $4 to ship anywhere in the country. You have Parcel Select Ground, which is a crazy A, slow way to ship, and B, shouldn't even exist anymore because the way the pricing structure is nowadays, Parcel Select Ground is 99.99% more expensive than Priority all the time. I plugged in, I'm like, wait a minute, am I missing something? So I plugged in a Parcel Select Ground from me to a customer in Connecticut, and 10 ounces was $8.91. So you, I don't know where you're getting the $4.44 from, but you're going to end up eating it if someone bought this broad today.
Gotcha.
So switch it to first class, go $4.99. That'll cover you pretty much anywhere. And Parcel Select Ground really is a thing of the past. There is no real need for it anymore. But do first class, and again, in case someone needs a bra in a hurry, do Priority Mail too. Give them two options. And I heard we have a birthday boy in the chat. So happy birthday, Matt. Look at that. I had a little birthday thing ready to go. Woo-hoo. All right, let's get that out of the way. Oops. Boom. All right. Moving on to our next. Where are we? There we go. Okay. Now, the other thing that I noticed in a lot of your titles, you get 80 characters. Use them. You barely used any on this one. So what is Paddington Bear? Well, he's a plush. He's a stuffed animal. I would even work teddy bear in because truly he is a teddy bear. So Paddington Bear, teddy, plush, stuffed animal, Christmas Sears. Those are all good words to have in your title because how are people searching for this bear? Are they searching for a plush? Are they searching for a stuffed animal? Are they searching for a teddy bear? You want to make sure you catch all the eyes in a moment.
Gotcha.
You are welcome, Matt. All right. What is new with defects? Was your bra new with defects? I didn't even notice that.
Yes.
All right, let's go back to that. Good catch. I think Debbie's like my Encyclopedia Brown or Eagle Eye in the chat. She always grabs things that I'm like, oh man, I totally missed that. All right, cool. Thanks, Deb. Let's back up. All right, so what is the defect? Let's see.
I disclosed that down in the description. So it's got a little bit of a fray because the straps are adjustable. And so on one of the adjustable straps, there's a little bit of a fray, and I included a picture of that as well.
Okay, then good job. That's a perfect way to list it, perfect way to describe it. And the only thing, let me check real quick. I see it. So a couple things. Not enough light. This is a little out of focus too. And you're too close. You're like, okay, where is this? So what I would do is I would back up a smidge, take a clean, well-lit photo, and then back up even further so you can kind of see more of the bra so you can see, oh, it's right there.
Gotcha.
And even if you back up all the way and then add a circle in a line, like I don't think I've ever shown how to do that, but you can do that quickly on your computer. Like you can take a photo, drop a circle on it, drop an arrow to it. And that's what I do when I have something that's really kind of out of the ordinary, like, oh, check this out. Besides the fact that I wrote it, I put a circle around it and an arrow to it. So at that point, really, if they've missed it, then it's on them.
Right.
Good idea. Thank you. All right. Let's see. He seems small to me.
So I really could add the dimensions, right?
I really for two reasons. Because is he a Paddington that's this height?
Right.
Or is he a Paddington that's this height?
Yeah, he's this tall. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you definitely want that because, of course, there's a bazillion Paddington. So what size do we have? And so now on this one, you're charging $11 for first class package. There ain't no package that costs $11 first class. So the most anything in first class would be around $5.50. So if this is coming in at under a pound, which is great, say it's coming in at 15.9 ounces, you could charge $5.99 and that would cover you all the way through. $10.99 would probably be okay for priority. So you would have a $5.99 first class and a $10.99 priority. See, this is the kind of thing where some people go, well, I got a lot of customers, they're happy, and I'm not losing business. You don't know that. Here's what you don't know. If I needed a Paddington Bear and I stop on this, I don't know how tall it is, and $11 for first class, I'd be like, what? And I'd move on. I wouldn't stay and be like, hey, Karin, because not that I don't think you're pulling shenanigans, but someone might think that. Like, what? $11 for first class? That's crazy. So when you have these kind of like inconsistencies to the norm, some customers will be driven away forever. So you don't want to do that. Okay. I know why you called the Winnie the Pooh, but I can tell this is not Disney.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And I couldn't see any markings, and you didn't show a bottom picture. So make sure with anything you show all sides, because if someone gets this and goes, hey, there's a giant hole in the bottom, you have no picture of the bottom, so we cannot prove that you don't have a hole. And I get why you said that, but if Disney wanted to be a jerk, and they can be, they could have this listing removed. So be forewarned. Now, Disney did not create Pooh, but they own them. And you're in the Disneyana category. If anything, at least get out of Disneyana because it ain't Disney. And it's like he's eating a whoopie pie.
Yeah, that's true.
And again, let me see here. How tall is he? Is he a small,
yeah. Okay.
a small cookie jar or a tall cookie jar? I don't know. And do inches and do centimeters, because we're the only fools that use inches. So if you're going to be offering worldwide shipping, which we'll talk about in a second, don't make your customers have to go convert, because almost every tape measure has inches and centimeters right on it. So you're already there. So you're like, okay, 13 inches, 60 centimeters, boom, write them both down. That way, no matter what customer's looking at it, they'll understand the size.
Good. So I hope my husband's watching because he's the photographer.
Now, that being said, things like a CD, even though we've learned there's 3-inch and 5-inch, but the norm is 5-inch, there's very few 3 inches. You don't have to put measurements. You don't have to put inches and sizes in for a CD or a record. But what's the standard of a cookie jar? There is none. So you got to let people know. Like an iPhone 11, they're all the same size. You don't need to put a measurement in. If someone's buying 11, they know what the 11 is. And they agree with me. All right. Okay. So these are snowboard boots. Whoops. And the style name is Maori. So it's Solomon Maori snowboard boots. And you have the style buried almost at the end. So anytime you've got an item where you've got a brand and a style, it should go brand style, just like that. First and second. You should never have descriptive words like colors before the style, name, or number. If you're doing electronics, it'll be a number typically. So have that right at the front, because people on mobile and people are looking at things. If they have their screen blown up a little bit, your title's gonna get cut off. So if people are just scrolling snow boots and not being picky, or just scrolling Solomon's snow boots and not being super picky yet, they might not see which brand you got because you don't have it close to the front.
Okay.
Now, there is no priority mail shipping that would cost you $50 to ship these, I don't think. So we got to see what size box, because no one's going to buy these for $50 priority shipping. However, this might be, depending on the weight and the size, where FedEx Home comes into play, which will end up being about like $18.
Okay.
Because it won't be as fast. It's not super slow, but it won't be as fast. But some people are not going to pay that much. Now, I didn't actually notice that yesterday, so I want to do this real quick. Because let's see, because I did see other people listing them and selling them for a wide variety of prices. So let's see what others had. Oops. From all sellers, not just you. That won't do me no good right now. Okay, this person did a bit of auction. They only sold them for $17, but they only had $27 priority. Now, they might be under, but I'm going to think that's about the norm for these boots. Here is, these are our different version of it. They sold for $58, and they had $25.90 shipping. So I'm going to guess $25 is about the right price for priority on these. So again, you're going to scare off the customers who might be like, what? Yeah, here's new in the box, $80 plus 17 shipping. Now, do they have it as priority? And look, not that we're going to beat up strangers, they don't even bother to put the size in the title. So as you can see, when you have lacking titles, you're not getting all the information you need from the title that you should be getting. Oh, they are doing priority, so they might lose a couple. You know, it's never a problem to lose money because maybe you're trying to stay competitive and still charge a little bit for shipping, but don't overcharge because that'll never help. Never, ever. Again, there's always an asterisk. If you're the only one selling this tiki mug, you can pretty much charge whatever you want. I would still keep it within reason because if you're going to keep selling, repeat customers will keep coming back. But could you tick it up a couple bucks? Sure. You're the only one. Okay. So I'm a little confused here. What is Grand Millennial Decor?
Yeah, so that is kind of a new, it's kind of a new term, and it's really the millennials, rather than going very minimalist, they're incorporating some of the older, antique, vintage, grandparent type things. Yeah. So it actually is a decor.
I have never heard this term, so I was quite like, Okay, so it is a term. Now, here's the $1 million question. Are people writing it and are people searching it? So let's see how many people have used this term in eBay this week. Just 9. So, and you are 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
So okay. I read the term real quick. Yep, I agree with it, but no one's using it.
Okay.
So let's not use that space in your title. And your item has a word on it. You don't even have that word anywhere in your listing. It should be in the title, let alone somewhere. So when I Googled Bendemeer, because I didn't know what it was, this popped up. The Mystic Order of the Veiled Prophets of the Enchanted Realm. There's the logo. That's them. Heck yeah, that's what you want in this listing. Okay. Because someone's looking for the Mystic Order of Veiled Prophets of the Enchanted Realm. So I would get that in your title. I think it'll fit. And the word Fez is luckily 3 letters long. And then I would get the Bendemeer in your item specific. So depending on what someone's searching, they'll find it. But this is a cool thing now that you have a way bigger knowledge of what it is.
Yeah.
And you might be able to kick up the price. Now, the one thing I didn't do, I didn't go research this into other solds and stuff. But now with that title, this might be a $39.99 Fez. Now, Fezes usually are sold for more when they have what we call the jewelry on it, the fanciness. This doesn't have any of that. But, man, it's for a really weird, kind of awesome order of people. So I think having that knowledge will help you sell it at a higher price. Okay. So I'm going to ask the chat what's missing in this listing, specifically from the pictures. So let me roll through them, and you tell me what is missing here. All right, so there we go. We had, I think, what was that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. I'll make them bigger. What is missing from these cute little cowgirl fringe boots? Do you see it, Karin?
Yeah, I do.
What are you missing?
The brand name.
That's in the title. You're right. I'm talking about specifically. You're missing a part in the pictures here.
The zipper, the fringe.
Nope, you got the fringe. I can see the zipper. I can see the fringe. And I know the chat's about 30 seconds behind, so let me see if the chat drops any knowledge before I give the actual answer. Because these are adorable, but you're missing the important thing.
The suede.
Nope. No, because you can see that. Yeah.
Okay.
There's one thing we can't see yet. All right. 3, 2, 1. How thick or high is this heel?
Heel size.
Look at this picture of the same boot.
Gotcha.
You have no jumping off point of how high or thick that heel is.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people said fringe. My wife said bob. No, there was a bottom shot. There was no side shot of the heel. And not that I pretend to be a woman, but I got to imagine when you're buying shoes that have a heel, small or tall, you want to see the heel.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, all right, and to get rid of these commas. Commas are no good in titles, so no commas. And you do not have the brand in there. It's not a huge brand, but get it in there.
Yeah.
And other the keywords. See how they have Western cowgirl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to get all that in there because a cowgirl is gonna be like, I need some cute short cowgirl boots. Mm-hmm. They're gonna type cowgirl, and you don't have cowgirl, and you don't have Western either. So I would definitely get that in there.
Okay.
And I would say good luck because 5.5 is a tiny foot. My wife is a 6.5, and she's got a tiny foot. Mm-hmm. And 5.5, oh my gosh, is that tiny?
Yeah.
If my wife can laugh at you for being tiny, you got a tiny foot. But look at this person. They've got it for a lot higher. I don't think it's worth that much, but I think a retooling of your pictures, a better title, you can ask a little bit more than $11.
Okay.
All right. Halloween scrub top, comma, size M, comma, peaches. All right. Get rid of those commas. Get rid of the word size. Just write out medium. And what is on this scrub top? Halloween's great, but how about ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns and candy corn? Those are all the descriptive words that someone's gonna be like, I need a ghost Halloween scrub. So they're going to type that in the search. So as you can see, you had a lot of room left in your title. So let's fill that title up with the words that you see here. And if I'm not mistaken, oh my, we are back to parcel select ground for a very lightweight clothing item. So change that to first class and give a priority mail option. Okay, speaking of our short titles, this might be your shortest. So look at that. There's so many more words on the book. How each of us can change the world. Put that in your title. And it's a book. Put that in your title. Yeah, I find a lot of people miss the word that is their item. Book, shoes, boots, scrubs. So make sure you remember to put the basic essence word in your title too. Now, you're in the book category. So do you oh, no, you're actually an antiquarian and collectible, and this isn't either one of those because it ain't old. It is first edition. Based on the fact that you think it's only worth $8, I would get it out of antiquarian and collectible. I think you're setting up for people to be like, wait, what? Just put it in like regular book. I don't know, is this a autobiography or is it just? I would definitely have a picture of the back too. Back shot. And you do have the medium mail, so that's good. But offer priority mail for sure. Okay, what is this?
It is a music book.
It is? I sure wouldn't know that by the title.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Now, I mean, I know who Gilbert and Sullivan is, so I kind of can figure out what it is, but your title doesn't say that. And it's printed by D. Appleton Century Company, but that isn't important. It's like that Bill Clinton book. Sure, Doubleday printed it or whoever, but that's not important in the title. Gilbert and Sullivan should lead it. Gilbert and Sullivan at Home, the complete stories and most popular songs book would probably fit. Okay, so that should be your title. Yeah, because I'm just cruising through your store. I'm like, wait, what was that? Because I looked at this title. I'm like, D. Appleton Century Company. Yeah. And that little squiggly before the number 26 and the quotes, all those things are bad for search engines. So get rid of all that extra punctuation.
Gotcha.
All right. I think we're to my favorite part. Woohoo! CDs. All right. We're going to end on CDs today because there's quite a few. So this is going to be all good learning for everybody. So ears up and pens on the paper. Okay, I don't know Hip Boot Joe, and I did a little research. Some places their name is spelled as this one word as you have it. That's how it's spelled on Amazon as one word. And some places, including their own Facebook, they have it as 3 words. So because it is self-titled, there's not much more to the title. I would absolutely put Hip Boot Joe in 3 words. So I'd probably lead it with this Hip Boot Joe autograph CD. And then again, hip, next word boot, next word Joe, signed CD. That way you've got signed, you've got autographed, and you've got both spellings of their name. All right. So one thing here that we're gonna see a lot of. I see your phone. I see your
Oh,
phone.
yeah.
I see your phone.
So
So,
how do you get rid of that?
well, I'm glad that you asked. See that picture I just took this afternoon? You don't see me. However, if I did it straight on like you did yours, see me? Hi. So,
Yeah.
a good thing to have is one of these little stands. There's a variety of them. They're adjustable. So, what you do is you find the angle where it is angled up to your plane ceiling, because I don't know any of us that don't have a plain white ceiling. And you set your phone just a smidge off to the side. This is just a smidge. And actually, if you look in that lower left corner, you can see my phone just a little bit. I didn't even notice it until we went live. So
Yeah.
I would, all right. And what's nice about if you have in the modern phones that have the 3 lenses, you select the telephoto because then you can actually move the phone further away because it's zooming in already. But you just got to find the angle. You got to find a place where there's not stuff looming over you and you're just angling it just a smidge up to the ceiling. Bring your phone to the side a little bit and then turn it back. And that's how you get this photo you see on the screen here. No you in it. Now, is that a deal killer? Hell no. But you can do it without seeing you and seeing your phone. And we've all seen those pictures of people who did it without clothes. So, when you take a reflective surface, make sure you're clothed just in case.
So what's the name of that little stand?
This one was called specifically, and I bought it off of one of the members of the Secret Beach, the iHome iStand Mini.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
And I wanted it specifically for that reason because I saw that it could adjust both the feet and the angle. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Because records are very reflective. So you want to do with that too. Okay. But let's back up here. Phantom of the Opera highlight CD. That's great, but you still got a lot of room left. And there's an amazing song called All I Ask of You. Put that in the title. Now, I pulled that one out because it was one of the songs at our wedding, Stacy and I. But there are famous songs. So find the space that you can fit one or two of them in the title because a lot of people like, I love that All I Think of You song. Or All I Ask of You. But they don't know where it's from. So if you peel out a nugget, either a song or you're about to learn some other knowledge on some of your other ones here. So same with Joseph's amazing Technicolor coat, Technicolor Dream coat. You do have, that's funny. Stacey's like, "Aw," and Nellie smiled. And Nellie said, "I smile just in case," which is great. But find the angle where you don't have to smile. This one has a longer title, so it filled it up a little bit more. Original Canadian cast is good to have too, but look at this. It cut off Andrew Lloyd Webber. So you got by Andrew.
Yeah.
So get rid of the word by, get rid of your parentheses. And if you still need room to get Andrew Lloyd Webber in, get rid of the word original. Canadian cast would be fine. Okay. And okay, the name of this album is The Best of Larry the Cable Guy. You didn't even want to put any of that in there. But you got rare. So let's not use rare because that's just a word that's used too much. And what is Larry the Cable Guy? What kind of crowd does he hang out in?
He hangs out in bars.
Well, what I'm looking at is like
comedy.
Okay, what I'm looking for is, Sinatra and Dean Martin, they were all called the Rat Pack. What's Larry's crew called? All right, chat, this is for you. What's Larry's crew called? Because that should definitely be in the title because it'll put more eyes on it.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is not the Frank Sinatra crowd.
All right, come on. What's Larry the Cable Guy's crew? Because I looked and there's nothing else to put besides Best of Larry the Cable Guy CD, but we'll throw his crew in the title and that will fill up your title very nicely and it'll get the right eyes on it that need to be on it. Man, the live feed must be really far behind. I usually see answers by now and I'm just vamping. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the audience to be like, oh yeah, duh. By the way, Stace, you can answer too. If no one else can answer it. Oh, you know what? I can go look at the YouTube feed too. I think that shows up quicker than I get it. There we go. All right. My wife has it. Yep. All right. There we go. He's part of the Blue Collar Comedy Crew. So it's him, Jeff Foxworthy, Ron White, even though Ron White wasn't really blue collar, but that was their deal. So Blue Collar Comedy in the title. Boom. That fills your title up nicely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. Stacy texted me. He goes, Stacy goes, I sent it minutes ago. And yeah, for some reason, the replies coming to me are really super slow through StreamYard today. So I do apologize. Okay, chat, real quick. Who is in the Raconteurs? That's what you should have in your title. Because I'm guessing you don't know, Karin.
I don't know.
Super famous dude in the Raconteurs. He's one of those guys that has like 17 bands. This is just one of his bands. And anytime you sell any of his bands, especially this one, because it's like third down the line, you should definitely have this person in the title because, again, he's famous for this band, for his first band, for his solo band. And so you want to make sure if someone is famous beyond the word, so the Raconteurs is the name of the band, if someone is famous in it besides that, you definitely want to get it in the title. Ooh, I'll go back to YouTube. I'll catch the yes, honey, you can answer. Like my wife's itching to answer. Boom. All right, I see the answers coming. Yeah, it is crazy how far behind StreamYard is today. Nope, not Prince, but good guess. Yep, John Davis has got it. Jack White. So Jack White started a band called the White Stripes. And Jack White is probably one of the most influential, one of the most awesome people in rock and roll today because he keeps a lot of stuff alive. He has his own record label, which is Third Man Records, which is what this is on. And back in the days when my mom was a kid, you used to be able to go into like a soda shop and someone would have a little booth where you could cut your own record. And he has one of those rebuilt, and you can go down to his record store in Nashville and go cut a record just for fun. Cool. So it's great to get him in the title. Now I got one. Oh, and if you don't know, which I do not expect everyone on the Secret Beach to know who the Raconteurs are. Google it and then see if something sticks out. The band consists of Jack White, and Jack White you might not know. Be like, is that the important guy? And then when you click on here, when someone's got this long of a Wikipedia, that means they're the important person.
Yeah.
Like you pick out the bass player and his Wikipedia is this long, he ain't the important person. Or for sure ask. I'm always happy to say, oh, here's the nugget from that, And okay, chat. Now, Amy Mann is famous from being from a band. So we're going the other way this time, even though this isn't a CD from that band. And although some might call it keyword spamming, I would absolutely throw the title of her original band in here at the end of your title, just again, because maybe people loved her original band and don't know her solo name, don't know her real name. And so they might not know. So let's see. Yes, he was on American Pickers. Jack White was. Yeah, someday, now that I have a turntable in the office, one of his, I think it was his last solo album, he packed so much into the actual vinyl. Most of the songs are on 33. There's a song on 78. There's one song on 45. So there's 3 different speeds on the record. There's a song in the dead space in the middle. There's a song in the label. I mean, it's insane there is a graphic that when it spins around, it's an angel that moves. I mean, he loves to pack so much into music, whether you like him and his music or not. He's keeping kind of records and rock and roll alive to a degree. All right, let's see if anyone answered. Who? There we go. John Davis. John's got them all today. All right, so Amy Mann was the lead singer of... Come on! StreamYard, give it to me so I can put it up. This is crazy today. I've never seen it this slow. Yeah, John answered like a minute ago. There we go. Phew. Till Tuesday. So they had a huge hit in the 80s called Voices Carry. Huge, huge. So I would absolutely jam this in right at the end. And bonus fun fact, he's married to Michael Penn, who is
Cool.
Sean and Chris Penn's brother. There you go. And that's it. So when you have CDs like this, if you can add those bonus keywords, because again, most people have no clue that Blondie's lead singer is Deborah Harry. So they're always going to look for Blondie. So even on a Deborah Harry solo CD, I would absolutely put Blondie in because most people don't know that. Some people might love Till Tuesday. They have no clue Amy Mann's a lead singer. So that's how you get more buzzwords, and that in turn gets more eyes on your products.
I think I'm going to go raise my prices. I think I'm going to redo all my descriptions and raise my prices a little bit.
Raise your price a little bit, redo your titles, and add 60-day returns, because although I've called a lot of people, I still see people in groups going, no returns, screw them. And you know what? I get so few actual returns where I got to get the product back and relist it. 9 times out of 10, I end up selling for a little bit more money, so it doesn't really matter. But guess what? You're in business. No matter if you're selling on eBay and you have 70 things in your store, or if you're Walmart, you're getting a return. It don't matter who you are and what size you are. But if you don't want to deal with it, if you're angry to the customers, that's how you lose them. But if the customer sees 60-day returns, they feel like this, oh, big hug. Because they feel safe shopping with Karin, because Karin offers a 60-day return policy. Nelly said, I think I missed the 80s raising my kids. Now, if those of you who don't seem to know, I bet you if you went over and you put on Till Tuesday's Voices Carry, you'll heard it, because it was one of those most ubiquitous songs of the 80s. It was in tons of movies. And then Jack White, if you play a couple of the White Stripes' biggest hits, especially the guitar hook for Seven Nation Army, it's one of those guitar hooks that you would hear everywhere. And so you might be like, oh, yeah, because once you can start correlating it, you'd be like, oh, yeah, now I start to understand it a little bit better. So, wow. Hi, guys. Late to the show. Yes, because guess what? Goodbye, everybody. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. I've got, oddly enough, I got the next 2 weeks lined up. I never am that far ahead, but the guests I asked for tonight, one said next week, one said in 2 weeks. I went, beautiful. And Sabrina is in 2 weeks, I think. So she's one of them. So yay, I got them all scheduled. So thank you. Keep working on your stores. Go back if you haven't watched them all, especially Karin, go back and watch them. And that way, as you move forward with your listings, you'll start to hear in my brain, because you'll heard it 13 times, 60-day returns, have multiple shipping options. Those kind of things make you a way more rounded seller, and it gives customers a happy, warm feeling, whether they use the extras like returns and faster shipping, but the fact that you have them is what makes buyers feel good.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason. This was great. I learned so much tonight. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Have a good afternoon, everybody, and evening. And tomorrow I will be demonstrating how to make the Menehune cocktail. So for those of you who are going to join us for the cocktail party next Saturday, if you want to make the Menehune juice, which is the cocktail a few of us will be having together at the same time, I will show you. I gave you the recipe today, and I'll show you how to make it tomorrow. That's a Menehune. All right, with that, I will bid you adieu and have a great afternoon, everybody.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.